So, should we get into it? Am I sold? What's happening? Yeah, I have two offers, people. So, this is the last show. I got an offer from Uber, and I'm going to leave Show Me the Money. And unfortunately, money talks, bullshit walks, and I'm out of here. So, but Chris doesn't even know this yet. And this may come to a shock to you guys, but I was sold to Lyft. April Fools, you mother, whatever you are. So here you go. Chris, a couple of weeks ago, Lyft showed me the money in the way of 2 earnings guarantees, right? So I did those. The name of the show is Show Me the Money Club. You show me the money, I drive for you. I mean, I'm not going to sit and say no to money. And then last week they put out a 38 trip $552 bonus, right? And then I went and knocked it out in a day and a half before the hurricane showed up in California. And and then we put out a short of shout out to my new buddy. I have a lot of buddies, but Johan at the RideShare Guy. He puts out the community posts and some of these shorts that we do. So we put it out. And boy, did I get slammed. I got slams from, I sold my soul to Lyft. Lyft bought me with $500, $552. But the most important thing, Chris, was how come I am not getting these, bonuses? So they made the correlation because I'm so-called, I'm an influencer. I'm like, no, I'm Serge. The Lyft sending me the money, showing me the money, because when Richard comes on, then I'll take it easy on him. I'm going like, what a correlation. I didn't even think of that, actually.
Well, I better not give the one that Lyft offered me. So
yeah,
I'm going to pretend that I didn't get one.
How come how come they're not giving it to Chris?
right. No, I didn't get one. But Brian put on here.
Brian,
he did 80 rides for $450.
I do it all the time. But on this one, I couldn't get to USC. But thank you for the Fight Club words there, Brian. Now you ruined bunch of drivers' day. No, but Brian is right. I could have done that instead of 10 hours. I could have done it in 38 trips. But that wasn't the idea. The idea was we put it out that I made $825 in 10 hours active and 14 hours online. They were like, this is the problem with our community, right? I love our community. I think we're building an amazing all-inclusive community. So I'm not going to call people names, right? But that video in itself was a microcosm of what the community is like. There is no unity, right? When somebody gets something good, when somebody earns some money, when somebody does something good, they all come out and say, how about me? Why am I not getting it? Me. Well, see, this is the problem. When we're going to push legislation in the coming weeks and months in different cities and states, and these types of people who go say, oh, he's getting it because he's kissing Lyft's ass and he's doing this and why not me and I'm not seeing the money. People, this is an incentive-based system. You guys like the incentive-based system? Well, you have to suffer with it because it was not incentive-based when rideshare first showed up. It was an 80-20 split, then 75-25 split, and they lowered the miles and minutes rates. Then they introduced the incentives. Well, where were you people all this time, right? But next time when I need you, the ones that pounded me, the ones that supported me, and when I say we need to do this together now, I need you to write letters to your legislatures. I need you to write letters to your politicians, phone calls, be the leaders of your community. You better not disappear like headless chickens in all directions. Okay? So my thing now is, I got it. How about this? Where is my bonus this week? Lyft? Oh, no, I didn't get anything this week because they show me the money every 4 to 5 weeks. When they show me the money, I go take their money, and you guys are going to see the results, how much they lost on me. And if you guys think I can be bought or sold for $500 lousy, now put a few more zeros behind that, then we can start a conversation. Because other than that, the correlation was not there. However, this is an all-inclusive community. All opinions are welcome. Jealousy, I'm not going to call jealousy. I understand the frustration in those comments, Chris. because I get a ridiculous 38 trip, $552 bonus, and I knock it out. I make like $80, $90 an hour. And then there are a lot of drivers out there who are suffering, who are not getting the same bonuses or not even getting any, let alone the same, right? So this is an incentive-based system. Incentive-based systems are set up for the driver to fail. The reason they're set up to fail is it's a carrot and stick game. They show it to you. Most people are not supposed to reach it. Most people didn't even get those incentives. However, you have to start thinking like Uber and Lyft do. Now, if you're a full-time driver and you're driving 40, 50, 60, 70 hours a week, and your acceptance rate is 80, 90, 100%, why should Uber and Lyft send you any incentives? You're driving anyway. They know your patterns. They don't have to send you any incentives because they have you. You're going to drive, right? Now, in my case, I drive when they show me the money. I'm able to do it. Now, if you're not in that situation and you're in the 20% group that is a full-time grinder, I feel for you. I respect you. This is the only way you're going to put food on the table. I get you. But this is the system. The system does not, is not made for everybody to succeed. And the idea, Chris, behind all of this, forget the money, forget this. It wasn't like bragging about what I made. It was about the strategy, how I achieved 38 trips as quickly as possible, being 5 miles from my house. That was it. And that was with the area
I think most people don't realize that or aren't paying attention to that aspect. They're like, oh, you just got this giant bonus. Where's mine? And it's like, it's the difference between the haves and the have-nots. And it's like, yeah, you can get it once in a while. But Sergio, did you get anything this week?
Nope, nothing. No. And I guarantee you, I'm not going to get anything for the next 3-4 weeks until they miss me. That's why I always suggest you have to have a lot of tools in your toolbox. You have to have Uber Eats, Doordash, Lyft. I just got on Curry.
I just finally completed my first Curry.
Boom, there you go. And tell them, Chris,
I'm real happy about that.
Tell them how much that trip was.
So it was. So here's the fun part. I was walking my dog and I forgot that I had it active, and it goes off, and I look at it, I'm like, oh, $55. So it's $55 to go 12 minutes, 6 miles for two drop-offs, 2 little boxes, nothing like that. So it was $55 to go do that. It was great. I'm like,
so there you go. How many trips now? You're gonna go pound Chris? You're gonna go pound Chris now because he made like $6 a mile? Is that what it is? No. That's why we keep telling you.
I just signed up for Curry. And
you have to.
Look, here's the thing though. Curry, I'm glad now that I'm on, but I was on the waiting list from March of last year. And then, Steve was able to help me get on from the waiting list to like active, but there was like no orders that were coming through until, just today. So it's like, that's how long it was. But now there's allegedly though, that it's going to open up more. So, I'll be, I'll let you guys know next week how that goes when it comes.
But
you're supposed to take your first order too, and then it starts going. But yeah, you gotta have multiple. You gotta have multiple platforms going. You can't have just sticking to 1 or 2 platforms and calling it a day. No, you gotta shuffle between all of these because that keeps them on their toes. And yeah, it's the whole incentive based thing. Is it fair? No, but if you can use it to your advantage and you're able to, like if you're driving full time, start doing, food delivery this week, then next week do rideshare or mix it in between, do last mile delivery, and you can keep cycling through. And then you can kind of come up with your own plan, your own ideas. And then when these companies are looking for more drivers for a particular time frame, that's when they're going to start giving you these extra bonuses. But then you have to use the strategies in order to achieve those bonuses quicker and make sure you get them. So it's not, if you get that weekend quest that comes in, and what was it, 38 trips again?
Yep.
Yeah, so 38 trips. If you decide, oh, I'm going to take, 10 on Friday and, maybe I'll skip Saturday because I want to go out. And then you're trying to hustle at the end on Sunday. And they're like, oh, they're throttling me to get me. No, you're competing against every other driver in your area that has the exact same type of thing that they're trying to get. So Lyft is like horrible when it comes to anything, when it comes to them producing the bonuses that are actually consistent and reliable. You might get it 1 week, and then again, like you said, 3-4 weeks later, you're not going to get it. Uber, on the other hand, is so much more consistent, reliable. But I've always said,
but Chris, last week we showed the new Quest, $5 for
those are
so which one is better? Do the Quest for $5 extra? Bullshit, which is meaningless, right? But the whole point wasn't about me making $825 in the week before $500-600, right? It was two strategies involved. One advice was, if you do get a bonus or a Quest like mine, which is rare, but I got it, you have to know what you're doing with it. Now, I could have chosen to do 38 trips, open myself up to all kinds of trips, go all the way from LA to San Diego and back, because Lyft algo is going to send it to you. No, what did I do? I set my area filter the first day to 8 miles. I wanted to stay 8 miles within my house. Well, sure enough, there is plenty of short trips within that 8-mile radius. The next day and the first day, the second lesson is I hit it super hard. I did 27 trips in one day. So the lessons were, if you do get a Quest like this or a ride challenge, you have to hit it hard the first day to get 80% of it out of the way, so then you can dick around the next 2 days, right? Because you know what's going to happen? You know how many times I hear, Chris, oh, it's Sunday, they're throttling me. Well, they're not throttling you. There is a whole bunch of tens of thousands of other drivers out there trying to finish the Quest that they got, and that's the carrot and the stick game, right?
Yep.
And not everybody is supposed to get that, okay? And then there's so many more drivers than the demand exists that they're not getting pings and they're thinking they're getting throttled. Well, throttling may happen, I get it. But the idea behind these videos was not because, look at me, I made $825. I made a lot more than that on a weekend before. The point was right here, $826.25, 38 trips, 10-hour book time, 13 or 14 hours active time. Great numbers. But the strategy behind was, the first day I did 27, knocked 80% of it out, and setting my area filter to 8 miles. The second day, when I was dicking around, I set my area filter to 5 miles. Why? Because I just want to do short trips. Now, I could have done this 38 trips, open myself up to go to LAX from my house, which is 30 miles, go all over the place. No, I didn't do that. What I wanted to do is maximize my profit. How do I maximize my profit? And you guys will see on the next two screenshots, I only drove 145 miles for 38 trips. That's 5 gallons of gas at 30 miles a gallon in my car. I spent $30 on gas. That was it. That's what I wanted to do, and I achieved the goal, and that was the message. And then people come, oh, I don't get it. How come you get it? You're getting it because you're kissing Lyft's ass, blah, blah, blah. If you guys have not watched me before, and if you guys that use me kissing anybody's ass, you guys really, really, really need some medication. Okay.
And not only that, $500 is not going to be enough to get you to shut up.
Put like 3 more zeros behind that. Maybe we can talk about it. Now, here's the other deal. This is an all-inclusive community. I get it. I get the frustration. I get the disgust. I get what people are going through, specifically full-time drivers. I get it. I'm sorry. But me getting a $552 odd number 38 trip ride challenge has nothing to do with me being soft on any of these companies. So with that being said, let's end this. I cannot be bought. My goal this year, and I said this before, and to everybody who's new here and watching later, my goal is to have proper legislation and regulation support with everything I have. But when I do that, all the people who complain, saying that, oh, you get it, I didn't get it, blah, 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 blah. Okay, you guys better show up. Because when I say we're going to do a protest in front of the city council in LA, you better show up in big numbers, all the complainers. Because if you don't show up, then you have nothing to complain about. Nothing. You have no voice. So if you accept me as your voice, and I'm trying to be your voice, I don't really care about trolling. I'm used to this internet thing. I'm covered in Teflon. I really don't care. But what happens is that I want an all-inclusive community. I want the complainers. I want the happies. I want the sads. I want the upsets. I want all of it, because together we can have a much, much louder voice, and we're building that now.
Well, I think it goes back to the whole statement of united we stand, divided we fall.
No shit.
And that's exactly what it is. You have such a fractured and divided community where people are complaining, oh, I didn't get it. And, oh, you're just kissing Lyft's ass because they gave you it or whatever, or you're an influencer or whatever it might be. But it's like, no, turn that anger and resentment away from Sergio and put it towards the companies, for they're the ones who are doing it. So that's where everybody can become on a united front. So again, united we stand, divided we fall.
Yeah.
So
and I'm going to finish it. You know what?
It's us against them, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's the only way these companies have won when they first started, Chris, right? Kalanick won that way. It's us against them with his crew. They went and smashed every single, local, city, state, federal law, and look where they are. You need, I'm accepting to be the leader of this community, okay, whatever the community is. And I have the connections. I can get our voices out. However, and again, I really appreciate all the negative comments as well as the positive comments, because it shows the level of pain in the community. And if the pain and the suffering and the frustration is so high that in an incentive-based pay system, you're not getting the quest, which I didn't get this week, I apologize. It's not my fault. It's some algorithm at Lyft, headquarters that says, oh, this week, let's show Sergio money. Next week, let's show Chris the money. Next week, let's show Steve the money. This is the way it works. Now, I'm going to finish this segment because it's gone too long anyway. Here, with my buddy Jeff's two, circles in life: circle of influence, circle of control. I have influence. I can use my influence. But unlike most of you think, I have no control. Now, how do I not have control? I cannot get you reactivated. I can suggest you to take him to small claims court. I can suggest you to take him to arbitration. If it's background check, I can forward you to our legal group. That's the amount of control I have. I cannot call Uber or Lyft and say, hey, man, why aren't you sending 38 trip, $552, quests or ride challenges to everybody? Well, they're not going to do that. They're trying to balance the way they create supply and demand. So with that said, circle of influence, circle of control. I will use my influence to do anything in my power to push for proper legislation and regulation on these TNCs and DNCs. Circle of control comes when I call you. That's my circle of control. When I call you, okay, we need to do this. We need to write letters. We need to call our senators, city council people. You better do it, because that's the control I have. Now, with that said, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not sold. And to be honest with you, I would never think of quitting this until I have my goals set up. I'm a very goal-oriented person. I set my short, medium, long-term goals. I've achieved a whole bunch of short-term goals. Getting hundreds of millions of dollars to California drivers, actually fixing people getting logged out completely. That was our fix. Bunch of stuff that we do in the background that you guys are not even aware of, right? Because I get all the emails saying, I got this, I got that. I'm like, yeah, we're working on it. We're trying to fix shit. Medium-term goals are going to get there by proper legislation and regulation. And this is not California-based just because I'm in California. I have a voice. I have eyes and ears all over the country now. So when we'll have a huge crowd in Chicago. We're going to talk about this coming up. And you people better show up. When I send you blast email saying that today is the day of the vote, I want a week before everybody to call their city council people. You better do it. I'm going to do it, but I'm from California. They can say, well, screw you. You're from California. But no, people in Illinois, people in Chicago, you better get on your phones, get on your emails, and do what I'm asking you to do. That's how we can change the game. And the long-term plans are, you know what? Get off this upfront bullshit. Get off this incentive-based system. Just like be a cab company with an app. Pay everybody like Seattle, Washington. Pay everybody a decent mile and minute rates. No quests. None of this bullshit, hibby-jibby, colors, bells, whistles, gamification, and let's just get it on. That's it. Let's everybody make some money. Let's create a win-win-win situation. So there's the plans. I think I said that. Okay, this guy who's getting sprayed with some Kuna, Malaya, whatever, I think you need to get rid of this guy. So yeah, that's it. I'm not for sale. I will never be sold. But then some people may think so. But again, welcome to the community.
All right. Well, I'm glad you said your piece. And again, hopefully that will, invigorate people again to look at a more united front, because that's exactly what it is. It's got to be more united than not. And you should be happy that other people are getting it. So hopefully your turn will come soon. And then the same thing, it's the other way. If you're getting it, hopefully they'll be happy for you and vice versa. And then, just trying to make it better. And I've said for a long time, also. Get rid of all that stupid crap. Just pay the right wages, make everybody happy, get it all at the equal level, and we're good there. And yeah, that's exactly what's going to have to happen. So if we're able to do that, that's what we're looking at. That's where we're going. That's a lot of the emails and things and back and forth that we've gone. We were talking to Joe, who's in Minneapolis before, trying to talk to, the city of Minneapolis as well, because their vote is still a week and a half away to overturn the veto of the mayor. So there's still a very real possibility that they could potentially get their rates at $1.40 a mile and 51 cents a minute. So it's going to be something that I think all drivers would be very happy to have. Wouldn't you like to have $1.40 and 51 cents a minute? If you say no, then I ask you what would make you happy. But I think the majority of people would be able to.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you get notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.